What if someone around you is jealous of you, but they're doing everything they can to make sure you never notice? They may smile when you succeed, congratulate you, and act like they're happy for you, but deep down, something feels different. Maybe their energy changes whenever something good happens to you. Maybe they make small comments that sound like jokes, but somehow leave you feeling uncomfortable. Or maybe they suddenly become distant whenever you start doing better. The strange thing about jealousy is that it doesn't always look like hatred. Sometimes it looks like friendship. Sometimes it looks like concern. And sometimes it hides behind a smile. In this video, we're going to look at 7 signs someone may secretly be jealous of you. And the 7th sign is especially important because many people mistake it for genuine concern. The first sign is that they struggle to celebrate your success. When something good happens to you, a healthy friend or family member will usually be happy for you. They may congratulate you, ask questions, or encourage you to keep going. But someone who feels jealous may respond differently. Instead of celebrating your achievement, they quickly change the subject. You tell them about a new job, and they say, "That's nice, but it's not really a big deal." You tell them about something you're proud of, and they immediately mention someone who has done something better. You achieve something they've been trying to achieve, and suddenly they become quiet. The problem isn't that they don't understand your success. It's that your success reminds them of something they feel is missing in their own life. Your achievement becomes a comparison, and instead of feeling inspired, they feel threatened. The second sign is that they constantly compare themselves to you. You may notice that almost every conversation somehow becomes a competition. If you buy something new, they mention something more expensive they have. If you get a compliment, they talk about a compliment they received. If you reach a goal, they explain why their goal is harder or more impressive. At first, it might seem harmless. Everyone compares themselves sometimes. But when someone consistently turns your achievements into a competition, there may be something deeper happening. Jealousy often grows from comparison. When someone isn't happy with where they are, seeing another person's progress can make them uncomfortable. Instead of asking, "How can I improve myself?" they start thinking, "Why does that person have what I want?" And that mindset can quietly change the way they treat you. The third sign is that they give you compliments that don't really feel like compliments. They might say, "You actually look good today," as if looking good is unusual for you. Or they might say, "I'm surprised you managed to do that." The words sound positive, but there's something negative hidden underneath them. These are sometimes called backhanded compliments. They allow someone to appear supportive while secretly making you feel smaller. For example, you might tell someone that your video is getting more views, and they respond, "Wow, I didn't think people would actually watch that." They technically acknowledged your success, but they also reduced it at the same time. One comment doesn't prove jealousy. People can make awkward jokes without bad intentions. But if this happens repeatedly, especially whenever something good happens to you, pay attention to the pattern. The fourth sign is that they seem happier when you fail. This one can be very subtle. When you're struggling, they suddenly become more interested in talking to you. When something goes wrong, they seem unusually comfortable. They might say things like, "I knew that wasn't going to work," or "I told you so." Instead of helping you recover, they seem almost relieved that you're no longer ahead of them. This doesn't mean every person who gives you advice is jealous. Sometimes people genuinely want to help you avoid mistakes. The difference is the energy behind it. A person who cares about you can tell you the truth while still wanting you to succeed. A jealous person may seem more comfortable when you're struggling because your failure makes them feel less behind. Your setback temporarily makes them feel better about their own position. The fifth sign is that they try to discourage you when you're making progress. Imagine you tell someone about a new goal you're excited about. Instead of encouraging you, they immediately give you 10 reasons why it won't work. That's too difficult. People have already tried that. You probably won't make money from it. Why don't you just stay with what you're doing? Again, sometimes honest advice is valuable. Not every warning comes from jealousy. But there's a difference between helping someone think realistically and constantly trying to make them doubt themselves. If someone repeatedly discourages you whenever you're growing, but never seems concerned when you're standing still, that's worth noticing. Sometimes your growth makes people uncomfortable because it changes the relationship. They may be afraid that if you become more successful, confident, or independent, you won't need them anymore. The sixth sign is that they try to copy you while pretending they don't. This might sound strange, but jealousy and admiration can sometimes exist at the same time. Someone may secretly admire what you're doing while also feeling jealous of you. They notice your style, your habits, the way you speak, the content you create, the places you go, or the way you present yourself. Then slowly, they start doing similar things. Copying one idea doesn't mean someone is jealous. People naturally learn from people they admire. But if someone constantly copies you while also trying to compete with you or minimize your achievements, there may be something deeper going on. They may want what you have while struggling with the fact that you're the person who has it. The seventh sign is that they become strangely distant when your life starts improving. This is one of the most important signs because it can be difficult to notice. When you're struggling, they are around. When you're doing well, they suddenly become less available. You get a new opportunity, and they disappear. You become more confident, and their attitude changes. You start achieving your goals, and suddenly they don't seem as interested in your life. Why would someone's behavior change when you're doing better? Because your growth may trigger their insecurities. Your progress can remind them of the things they haven't accomplished yet. And instead of dealing with those feelings, they create distance from the person who makes them feel them. But here's something extremely important. Don't automatically label someone as jealous just because they behave differently around you. People have their own struggles, emotions, and reasons for acting differently. Maybe they're stressed. Maybe they're dealing with personal problems. Maybe they need space. One sign is not enough. What matters is a consistent pattern. And there's another mistake you should avoid: becoming obsessed with proving that someone is jealous of you. You don't need to analyze every facial expression, every message, or every comment. If someone is genuinely jealous, their behavior will eventually become clear through repeated actions. Your job isn't to expose them. Your job is to protect your peace and keep moving forward. Sometimes the best response to jealousy isn't confrontation. It's silence, boundaries, and continued growth. You don't have to announce every achievement. You don't have to prove that you're doing better. And you don't need everyone's approval. Let your results speak for themselves. Remember, jealousy often says more about the person experiencing it than the person receiving it. Someone may look at your success and see a reminder of what they wish they had. But that doesn't mean you should feel guilty for growing. You are allowed to improve. You are allowed to succeed. You are allowed to become more confident. You are allowed to build a better life. The right people won't feel threatened by your growth. They'll celebrate it. They'll encourage you when things are difficult, congratulate you when things go well, and genuinely want to see you become the best version of yourself. So if you've noticed these signs in someone, don't rush to accuse them. Watch the pattern. Protect your boundaries. Stay humble. And most importantly, keep growing. Because sometimes the people who become uncomfortable with your success are simply showing you that they were comfortable with the version of you that wasn't succeeding. And once you understand that, you stop trying to make everyone happy and start focusing on becoming the person you want to be.